The battle station Kepler-7 hung in the void like a dying star, its shields flickering under the relentless assault of the Vrax armada. Commander Varkesh of the Predator Elite watched the tactical display with growing unease, his 4 eyes tracking the red markers that surrounded their position. 30 enemy warships. His force numbered 8. All wings, pull back to defensive formation Delta 7. Varkesh commanded, his clawed hand gripping the command console. The Predators were the galaxy's finest warriors, bred for combat across 1,000 generations. They knew when a battle could not be won. Prepare for tactical retreat. Negative on that order. Commander. The voice crackled through the comms with an accent that still sounded alien even after 3 years of alliance. Human. Varkesh's mandibles clicked in irritation. Sergeant Juno, you will comply with all due respect, boss. Hold my beer. Varkesh's translator struggled with the idiom. Hold her beverage? His tactical officer, a veteran Predator named Skell, looked equally confused. On the holographic display, Juno's fighter, a battered human vessel designated Lucky Strike, broke formation and accelerated directly toward the Vrax fleet. What is she doing? Skell hissed. Varkesh knew humans were reckless. The entire galaxy knew. When the Terran Federation had first made contact, the Predator clans had been skeptical of these soft-skinned bipeds who claimed to be warriors. Humans had no natural armor, no venomous fangs, no enhanced senses. They were persistence hunters from a death world, they said. The Predators had laughed. Then they'd seen humans fight. Juno, return to formation immediately, Varkesh ordered, his voice taking on the harmonic growl that indicated absolute authority among his kind. Can't hear you, Commander. Comms are breaking up. Her voice was perfectly clear. Must be all this ionic interference I'm about to fly through. The Lucky Strike dove into the asteroid field that separated the two fleets, a dense region of spinning rock and frozen metal that every tactical computer marked as impassable at combat speeds. Varkesh watched, his breathing apparatus cycling rapidly, as Juno's fighter weaved through spaces that shouldn't have accommodated a vessel that size. Impossible, Skell whispered. The reaction time required. She's human, Varkesh said, and that explained everything and nothing. The Vrax had noticed. 3 of their destroyers broke pursuit of the main Predator force and angled toward the lone fighter. They opened fire, particle beams turning asteroids into molten slag. Juno's ship danced between the blasts like a leaf in a hurricane. If leaves could perform barrel rolls and somehow gain speed while doing so. What's she carrying? Varkesh demanded, pulling up Juno's loadout. Standard plasma cannons, defensive countermeasures, and, his eyes widened, a Mark 7 human thermobaric mine. Just one. The humans called them planet crackers as a joke, though after seeing one detonate during a training exercise, Varkesh wasn't sure they were joking. She's leading them in, Skell realized. By the ancestors, she's baiting them into the asteroid field. The 3 Vrax destroyers were larger, more powerful, and completely unable to match Juno's maneuverability in the dense debris field. They crashed through asteroids rather than around them, their shields flaring with each impact. But they were gaining. Vrax targeting systems were among the best in known space. Varkesh watched as Juno's fighter executed a maneuver that defied physics, or at least his understanding of physics. She cut her engines completely, let a massive asteroid pass within meters, then reignited them at full burn in a perpendicular direction. The pursuing Vrax ships, unable to match the impossible turn, overshot their target. That's when Juno dropped the mine. It drifted, looking like just another piece of debris, tumbling slowly through the void. The Vrax destroyers, realizing their mistake, tried to reverse thrust. Too slow, too late, too human. The detonation turned the asteroid field into a temporary sun. The shockwave expanded outward, and suddenly thousands of asteroids became thousands of projectiles, each one moving at railgun velocities. The 3 Vrax destroyers were shredded instantly, but the debris didn't stop there. It slammed into the Vrax fleet's forward line like a shotgun blast from the gods. Ships that had been advancing on the Predator position suddenly found themselves bombarded by hypervelocity rock. Shields failed. Hulls breached. The orderly armada dissolved into chaos. All wings, Varkesh found himself saying, his voice filled with something that might have been awe. Attack formation. They're disorganized. Strike now. The Predator ship surged forward, and for once Varkesh felt like the slower species. By the time his forces engaged, Juno had already looped back around and was making strafing runs on disabled Vrax vessels, her plasma cannons leaving glowing scars across their hulls. The battle that should have been a massacre became a rout. Within 20 minutes, the Vrax fleet was in full retreat, leaving behind 15 destroyed or crippled ships. When Juno's fighter finally landed in the battle station's hangar bay, Varkesh was waiting. The human emerged from her cockpit, pulling off her helmet to reveal the strange hair-covered head of her species. She was grinning, that peculiar showing of teeth that humans did when they were pleased. "Sergeant Juno," Varkesh began, trying to sound stern. "You disobeyed a direct order." "Yes, sir." She didn't look remotely apologetic. "You engaged 3 destroyers single-handedly." "Yes, sir." "You turned an asteroid field into a weapon." "Yes, sir." Varkesh's mandibles clicked in what a human might recognize as a smile. "Explain this phrase, 'hold my beer.'" Juno's grin widened. "It's what humans say before we do something really stupid that just might work." "I see." Varkesh reached into his combat webbing and produced a flask of Predator combat stimulant. Not beer, but close enough. He held it out to her. "Next time you plan to do something really stupid that just might work, Sergeant, I would like to hold your beer." She took the flask, saluted with it, and laughed. That strange barking sound humans made. "You got it, Commander. Though fair warning, next time might be even stupider." Varkesh's translator definitely caught that one correctly. "I wouldn't expect anything less," he said. "From a human."